Hello, welcome to Star Wars Spelt Out. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and today it's trailer time. Well, it was trailer time. It's slightly past trailer time, but it's close enough to trailer time, and we're going to get into it. And oh man, we've got a favorite. We've got a favorite. Everybody's favorite joining us, and we've got a long returning guest. People didn't even know they've missed him so much until they hear his dulcet tones. But let's just get onto it here. Matthew Thurbon, how's it going, buddy?
I'm great. I can't remember the last time I was on, but yeah, I guess I'm a semi-regular.
You are, yeah.
Might have been Andor.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. We're so sporadic on this recording now, and making his triumphant return. Not the other half of the program, the other half of the other program, live from Adelaide. It's Matt Frost. How's it going, buddy?
Hey Josh, hey Turbo. Yeah, I'm very good, thank you.
You know, Pepper still does numbers. Every now and then, I have to check in on I have to check the Pepper thing, and it just ticks away. People, I guess it's not time. Yeah. It's not time constraint. You know.
Yeah.
But
it's forever on.
Yeah. It's just going to sit there forever.
Thanks for bringing me in out of the podcast cold. Yeah.
Well, it was actually
find all my
stuff. Well, Josh and I had been trying to do this sort of last week, and my work was a bit of chaotic, and no one wants to listen to stressed out Turbo during the week. So weekend Turbo is much better. And I said, why don't we ask Frost along?
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, sure.
It was we were in another chat, the three of us at the same time, and then I had another chat with you, going, "What are we going to do? When do you want to do this podcast?" And you're like, "Oh, I guess I can do it. Why don't we just ask Matt?" He's literally at chat adjacent right now. He was in the other little window. I think we were literally talking about something else, probably cricket related or something. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's get him in. If we give him enough heads up, he'll be right."
It's been a while since we've heard Frost talk about Mandalorian, so I'm keen to see what he thinks about even like Mando season 3. You know,
yeah, or Andor, or the Acolyte, or Skeleton Crew, or I don't know how far back. I'd have to look up the archives.
Well, the last time I saw you guys was at my 50th, and I don't think we talked about Star Wars at all. So
I think we're too busy drinking all the free beer and pizza that you'd supplied.
Yeah, probably.
I think we talked about your toys.
Yeah,
true.
I don't remember mentioning the movies at all, but it was
We talked about organising a cricket trip that didn't happen again, but you know, there were some grand plans planned for the cricket. You know, no fault of my own. My partner Kat more, you know, blatantly claiming that she could get tickets to everybody to the Boxing Day test, and then realising it already sold out by the time she'd claimed that. But anyway. She hasn't let me forget that. But I don't know. What's the last thing that you saw, Frost? Are you still checking in? Do you still dip into your Disney Plus account every now and then? Or is it sort
of... So I am behind on one thing, which is weird, which is Andor. Because I was watching it with my wife, and sometimes us finding time to sit down together, it just... We haven't actually finished that show, even though it seems to me like it's probably the best thing by some margin.
If it wasn't as enjoying as much, I'd burn through it. But this one, I want every moment to be savoured.
Yeah, but I have seen all the other things, and apart from any animated things, I haven't seen them.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been watching the movies again with my now 10-year-old.
Oh, yep.
So I'm not completely out of the loop of actually watching anything, but it's just the old movies too. Yeah.
Sloane's doing the same. Sloane's gotten pretty big on it all, so she independently watched them now, and she's got a Return of the Jedi poster on her wall that she independently asked for and wanted on, you know, from all the posters. She said, "I want to Return of the Jedi one, thanks very much." I'm just like, all right, sure. So yeah, we've kind of got it on the background a little bit here as well, but yeah, you know, but we didn't really necessarily need to talk Star Wars at your birthday, Turbo. It was more about just sort of catching up with the gang, really, which was very pleasant. It was like a mini celebration thing with a few extras.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was a good time actually. you don't turn 50 very often. I'm looking forward to both of your 50ths. I don't know when they are, a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I've still got a couple of years to go. Not as many. Although I was thinking about... you go, mate.
I'm next year. So
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I've got
You're
got
the
a couple
Star
to
Wars
go.
year. You're 77, right? Yeah.
I am, yeah. Yep.
And, yeah, okay.
What month is your birthday?
May.
So you're in the Star Wars month. You're like, you and Star Wars
Yep.
together at last.
Yep.
Is the because they're doing the re-release? Are they actually doing it in May or are they doing it beforehand? I don't actually know.
I think it's like April. I thought it was like a month before or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
And when's Celebration?
Or maybe I'm getting
the Celebration.
confused with Celebration.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got to get Frost to Celebration for his 50th birthday. That was my pitch for my 40th for Chicago. I'm sure your family would appreciate that I'm going to rack off. Maybe there's a little leeway. If it's not right over that weekend, there might be a bit of leeway. Maybe this trailer will ignite the fire.
When you're 50, actual dates don't mean too much. It's, if it falls within the same calendar year, I think it's fine.
Yeah, if I can get out of the chair, that'll be fine. I could drag myself out there. Right, so this Mandalorian and Grogu trailer came out. It had the Super Bowl spot. I've been off work. I am still off work until next week, actually. So I watched the Super Bowl because I had nothing else to do. And we don't get the ads here in Australia. You just get whatever KO has or whatever. But I did see the little spot, but I don't know. You saw it. I didn't get the reference. It was like some sort of beer commercial parody or something. Was it? Is that what it was?
That's what I read.
I think it was a Budweiser commercial.
Yeah. Okay.
I instantly recognized the voice, Sam Elliott from, but I was thinking Big Lebowski. That's my reference.
Yeah.
So it didn't really immediately stand out as a parody. I was just more excited by seeing Tauntauns on the screen again. But,
that's true. You're an Empire Strikes Back man. You're a Hothman, Frosty. Did you say
yeah.
Tauntauns?
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while to realize they were actually Tauntauns and not something different because from memory, didn't it show everything from weird angles?
Yeah, it might have.
It was like feet, and then it was like ears and tails and hindquarters. It wasn't like the whole. Yeah. So I thought that's what they were, but it wasn't till the end. But look, I didn't get the reference, and I recognised the voice, and was just quite bemused by the whole thing. I didn't really understand. I had to look up what was going on.
Is that $8 million well spent? Is that what a Super Bowl spot costs? $8 million or something?
Was that the cost of actually making it, or the cost of just like presenting
the slot? Yeah.
The slot, yeah. I don't know. But in the end, so from an Australian perspective, I don't really watch the Super Bowl. It's on in the background while I'm working. It's usually a Monday morning kind of thing.
Yep.
And I watched the spot and I went, yep, I watched it and moved on with the day. And I didn't really, there was so much controversy afterwards. I'm like, people were expecting this, and
well, it's just kind of weird because they dropped
the trailer.
They dropped the cool trailer a week later, and you would have gone, well, there must have been 30 seconds you could have pulled out of that and shown. That probably would have been enough to wet people's whistles for the full trailer, but they've just decided to go, no, we'll do a little cute kind of, I don't know, beer commercial.
The thing I'm most concerned about is, are there going to be Tauntauns in the movie? Because you wouldn't go to the trouble of modeling those Tauntauns without putting them in the movie. But yeah,
I don't know whether they're just in the cupboard somewhere at Lucasfilm. It's probably like the old Empire Strikes Back ones. They're probably like the Yoda puppet. They pulled the Yoda puppet out of the thing. It's like, it was used with some sort of shonky British styrofoam from the 1980s.
Yeah.
I after I read it, and after I read what it was, and that it was a reference to a well-known Super Bowl commercial, I'm like, oh, well, that's a nice idea. But I guess what I wondered was, man, is it worth the risk? Like
being a bit cute,
because it just seems like every being a bit cute, everybody just. It seems I'm like, good on them for doing it, but I hope whatever reward they got was worth the risk.
Yeah,
it just Yeah.
But it did get people talking about it. Like there were lots of complaints,
Yeah.
lots of expectations.
I don't feel like you
Lots
need to
of
do anything to get
expectations.
complaints. You need to go out of your way. But yeah, I don't know. Like if they
no
just
publicity is bad publicity. So.
yeah, but if they just cut 30 seconds out of this trailer and put a few choices in and just said, hey, the movie's coming out in whenever it is, May, and the trailer's coming out next week, probably would have done the same thing. But maybe we were just been like, yep. I would have preferred to see some tonsils.
It's a bit sad if they can't be a bit playful and silly. I don't know. I feel a bit knowing I could see that it was going to obviously cause a lot of controversy, but I felt bad for him because you should be able to be a bit silly and stuff like that.
Where's the whimsy in the world, really? You know?
Yeah. I'm all about whimsy.
Let's have a little bit of whimsy. Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad that the trailer sort of came afterwards, and I don't know. All I really wanted from this trailer, and we'll get into it in a minute. I know you haven't seen it yet, Frost, so you're going to get to watch it live. So, sorry. I was wondering whether we were going to... I should have asked you what your favourite bit was. You're just like, well, the bit where Grogu does something cute, or...
Well, look,
you can do the prediction. If you haven't seen it, what's your trailer predictions before we get into it? You can do them live here. Like, what are you expecting they're putting in this trailer based on what your instincts tell you?
Firstly, not actually having seen something these days doesn't exclude you from having an authoritative opinion on it.
That's true.
So I will speak with absolutely authority and not watch it if I have to.
Yeah, my social media opinions have already gone out a week ago.
Prediction wise, I guess that they've got to whatever the. I guess I would like to see whoever the antagonist is, because obviously I hope there's a bad guy in this. Mm-hmm. So I'm always keen to see the. I like the. So I'd like to see a bad guy, and that's probably all I can say.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I hope it's got a baddie in it.
What about cuteness? Dare to be cute.
Dare to be cute.
I think there's going to be cuteness. I think there'll be. Yeah. I think there's pretty. Part of it, I would imagine, is going to be pretty predictable. Lots of that bond.
Yeah.
This is the weighing and all that sort of stuff.
What about blatant Star Wars reference?
I know what else I want to wonder. I wonder how much they're going to lean into, like iconography from the more well-known movies.
Uh-huh.
So. Yeah, because everything in the Mandalorian is kind of a bit different. So, are they going to lean into, TIE fighters, X-wings, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer?
I thought you said sex wings. I'm like, what's that? I'm sorry. I was like, was that the part of the Millennium Falcon you were allowed to go into? Stay out of the sex wing, please.
Did you see the?
That's a good brand name, isn't it? Sex Wings.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. I was going to say, did you see the teaser? Would you call it a teaser from 3 months ago?
I reckon I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, shall we?
I can't remember a single thing about it, but I'm going to assume I did.
We're going to attempt.
There were AT-ATs basically falling off a cliff. That's all I remember too.
Oh no way! Maybe I haven't seen it.
Oh.
I feel like that's something I'd remember.
Well, I've already got this queued up now, and I'm tenuously grappling with technology.
No, yeah,
I can't. Yeah, we're gonna.
At some stage, you got to take personal responsibility for your own actions, and here I am to take responsibility for mine.
And to be fair, you did ask ahead of time, should I prepare for this trailer review and watch the trailer beforehand? And we said absolutely not. It will be way more interesting if you haven't watched it yet, because we get.
I'm nothing if not courteous.
We get to do it live on the thing. So all right, so. I've got I've got it up here. We are trying to attempt a thing where we can all see this at the same time. So I'll start it, and I'm just going to leave it it's not going to be full screen or anything. You're just going to have to just watch it on, pretend you're watching on your phone or something there, Frosty. All right, can everybody see this? If I start it and you can't hear anything, just let me know, and we'll attempt to resurrect it. And if everything falls apart, we can just cut this out of the podcast. You might not even be hearing this. All right, so I'm going to start this, and feel free to groan or yell and scream Matt, or honest reaction. You don't need to do anything, even if you just want to watch it. That's fine. So here we go. We're going to watch 2 minutes and 22 seconds of new Star Wars.
Hey, never touch the buttons. I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters, war criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
You will suffer. And then it will be his turn.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for? Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Dare to be cute.
All right, just a couple of bros broing down. What do you think? You got a bad guy?
Kind of a bad thing.
Yeah, so there's... Well, it's 2 days after my birthday. There we go.
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah.
It does look like a real movie. It doesn't look like a couple of episodes stitched together, which was kind of the thing that I wanted to make sure it was.
Yeah, I agree with that. Apart from the dialogue sounded very TV dialogue-y.
Yep.
But they might not have finished all that yet, maybe. There was a lot more in there that I thought looked interesting and good than stuff that you didn't hear a single groan, and I would have done one if I felt like it.
You didn't mute your mic or anything like that, I could see you on the video. He didn't, he didn't throw his arms up. He didn't trash his Star Wars collection in the background.
There was very little of the bits that I aren't really for me in the Mandalorian in there. So, yeah, I thought it was good.
Well,
Lots of super familiar stuff. So the baddies are the Hutts, are they?
I think so.
Or are they not the baddies? Are they like a...
I'm not too sure on the details. So what I'll do is if you leave that window open, I'll just skip through. I'll go back to the start. I'll turn the volume down, and I'll just we'll just skip through some bits and see if we can make sense of all this stuff. So we've got the Apocalypse Now shot at the start with the X-wings, not the sex wings. They're out of shot. They're slightly over the others. Yeah. They're flying into shot there. And then we've got a droid. Yeah, it's not R2. It's just a random droid. And then you've got... He's still playing with those buttons. It kind of feels a little played out, the playing with the buttons.
Yeah, the Apocalypse Now shot's a bit played out too. Yeah.
And then
there was another one in Force Awakens as well. So
yeah. So is this now? Correct me if I've got this wrong. Is this set after Season 3, or is this like an earlier adventure?
No, I'm pretty sure it's set after, because he's got the car again. He's got his spaceship that blew up. He's supposedly one of a kind spaceship.
Well, that's the confusing thing for people is he had the Naboo starfighter, and now he's gone back to the original Razor Crest. Well, not the original. He's basically bought a second-hand Razor Crest somewhere on the market. Maybe I've bought someone. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got all those.
Somebody might,
and they painted it yellow just to make sure that it's not the same one. Effectively,
I did not remember what color it was. I just thought it was the same shit. But that makes.
Have you ever bought the
sense.
same car again? Have you ever had a car you liked so much you went back and bought the same one again, and when the other one died?
I had 3 Subaru Foresters.
Oh right, so this is the same thing.
Different colors.
Yeah, would you paint one yellow so that everybody knew that it was a different one? Have you still got a Subaru Forester, don't you?
I've got one, yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
But they've got progressively more. They're progressively newer. It's not like you've got this like a 1991 one every year.
True. I haven't bought classics. I haven't bought the same year over and over again.
Yep. Yeah. So I don't know. In my brain, I'd thought that maybe he got given a new one at the end of season 3, and that was what. And then I went back and looked, and no, he doesn't. But they like to sort of backtrack on. They sort of do these big things, and then they just sort of backtrack on it as soon as it becomes inconvenient to the plot.
Yeah, I remember him when his old ship got blown up, and then like him figuring up this ship was like this interminable plot that just went for so,
There's a big deal of him getting another ship. Yeah,
yeah, and it's just like, and then they finally, and it's a Naboo stuff, and it's just like, oh, what is the point? But
clearly, this is another discussion that went into Lucasfilm as well. They just did the same
Star
thing.
Wars reference. You got to have a Star Wars reference.
I know, but it's funny that they went through all of that, and now he's just got another one.
He's got the same one. Like, don't worry about it. All right. For all these people who spent $1,500 on a HasLab toy that got blown up a week later, it's like, don't worry about it.
Well, the thing is, like, he's supposed to be a bounty hunter, or he's captured people, but there's no room in the Naboo starfighters. So how do you capture?
It'd be like if he was an electrician and he was driving around in a convertible for work.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
It's like a 50-year-old who's got a family decides he's going to buy a Tirana or something like that. And
exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's trying to convince his wife, like, this is a great investment. This is what we really need. We didn't need that big sort of family car. The kids can all sit on the back seat and in the boot. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so he went through his midlife crisis, and then he's gone back to like the family sort of, wagon sort of thing.
Yeah. So he's been told to go back and just get something more sensible for work. And that's what he's got. So, yep, the spaceship is back. And then we look like we're in some sort of city, whether it's Coruscant or something. Now, this it's not Rio Durant from Solo, but it's a similar creature there. Now, I don't have the sound up, but there is a famous person who's actually voicing this creature here, Frost. You want to give us a guess off the top?
Famous eyebrows.
I think he's over 70, American.
Film director.
Film director. What I'll do is I'll turn it up a little bit just for this and see if you can get it. As soon as you hear it, as soon as you know what it is, you'll know.
Price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
It's not Mel Brooks, is it?
No, it's not Mel Brooks. You're not a million miles off.
Like Mel Brooks. You're right, but it's not.
Let's just say he's working on the mean streets of some city there. He looks like he's a pretty good fella. He might head down to the casino later on. Yeah, it's Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese is voicing a character in a Star Wars movie.
Now, Martin Scorsese did voice an animated talking shark in Shark Tale, the movie Shark Tale from the early 2000s. So he's not above it.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah.
But
I think he's a mate of George Lucas as well, so
he's probably a mate of Jon Favreau. I mean, Jon Favreau is reasonably well respected, but I guess you could just probably do it down your phone or something. But yeah, I probably could have given you 100 guesses, and you probably.
No, well, obviously I don't. I like his films, but I don't know if I would have known his voice. Like, yeah. Maybe because I haven't seen Shark Tale. So
Yeah, well, there you go. Sorry, I should have asked you ahead of time if you've seen Shark Tale. So, yep, there you go. There's a bit of Marty Scorsese in there just doing his thing. So then we get Mando. He looks like he's going into a big thing, and there's those two prick huts from the Book of Boba Fett, who, for whatever reason, are in this again. So there just
were they in that? Were they?
Yeah, so they were, they were in the Book of Boba Fett. They're the ones that like turned up at the palace and be like, "All right, you're in charge now, are you?"
Gangster.
Yeah. So I can't remember what their names are. Any remembering what the names are, Turbo?
I know that in the Clone Wars they were called Stinky. He was called Stinky.
Oh yeah, we'll get to Stinky in a second. Yeah, we'll get to Stinky in a second. Yeah. So there are some huts. They look pretty good. I think you can't really beat a puppet hut though, but these ones look all right.
My screen's pretty small and they look shithouse. But yeah, maybe.
Maybe we need a higher resolution. There is a close-up later. We'll get to the close-up. And then we've got some sort of sit around with a bunch of Imperial rejects and stuff.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck.
Were they snowtroopers?
I think they were snowtroopers. Another little Hoth reference for you. So maybe this base he's infiltrating with a bunch of bad Imperials is on a snow-related planet. So that's where you get your AT-ATs.
And the Tauntauns and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if the Tauntauns are actually just for the ad or they're actually in the movie.
I'm just hoping they're in the movie, but you'd think it's a snowy planet. They'd have to be there for sure, surely.
You kind of feel like they can't help themselves.
I mean, they've got snowtroopers, but so, yeah.
Yeah. Then we got a little shot of Grogu doing a little salute, coming soon. Grogu action plush with saluting action. There's a nice shot of him frying a couple of snowtroopers, which looks quite cool.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like Turbo. I like all the Hoth stuff. So this is
up your alley.
Hoth.
I'm guessing. I got a feeling this is like the opening scene. I don't know where this sits, but
yeah, I'm just trying because
I'm
trying to. Yeah, I'm really sort of sussed out what I think the plot is yet, but he's in there sort of doing his thing. Looks like he's on his own as well.
This isn't about.
And there's Ripley herself, Sigourney Weaver. So there is a Black Series figure that's already been sort of shown off for the movie, and it is Sigourney Weaver in an X-wing flight suit, looking pretty cool. Who doesn't like Sigourney Weaver?
And like she's done so much. Like she's obviously in the stage of her career where she just does not give a fuck.
Like I'll do it. I've already.
Wasn't she like in Avatar as well? So I'll do it.
Avatar.
Yeah,
she's in Aliens, Ghostbusters. She's got a pretty big nerdy resume.
But a lot of that stuff was her breakthrough. Kind of stuff, and then she did serious stuff like Gorillas in the Mist and all that sort of junk. But now I guess they just back a truck of money up to her mansion. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll be a commander of this on a space planet.
Yeah.
I'll
come in for a couple of days.
Good on her.
Yeah, I'll get an action
figure.
figure.
Get the feeling this character is replacing Carl Weathers' character.
Yeah, I think she's sort of the conduit, sort of handing out the jobs, I think. So she's got a New Republic badge on. So I assume that he's kind of just working for the New Republic now, and she's the one sort of handing out the jobs. So he's trying to go...
Yeah, she's got like a deck of cards, like not a... What do you call it? It's a physical, like looks like cardboard deck of cards as opposed to the...
like the bounties.
Hologram.
Well, I guess they're kind of not. Yeah. They're not really bounties, as in like it's not criminals per se. It might just be people of interest that they want to get rid of. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Who knows how these things work?
There was a bit in this just before where somebody says something like, "I'm going to kill all the baddies in your deck of cards" or whatever, and that was the closest I got to a groan. That I think I couldn't. I couldn't really compute what I was listening to, I reckon, and it felt silly just to groan for the sake of it a bit later. So
we'll go back and we'll insert the groan in. Yeah, if I get really creative with my editing, I'll insert groan later on.
Just do it. Oh, for fuck's sake!
There we go. Oh, sorry, I should give you a clean. You want to do that? Give me. You want to give you a clean take on that? Hang on.
No, I don't.
They don't. All right. I wasn't going to go back and put it anyway. It's too much mucking around. And then we got Grogu with a little mouse droid thing, still using the Force. So he's still sort of, he's still using his Force, even though he's sort of rejected, in theory, rejected the Jedi. He's still keeping the party tricks when it's convenient. And
the mouse droid looks like it's got snow tires. The tires look bigger, like a
the
snow
mouse
mouse droid.
Well, he does. He does in the background. It does look like that's in the snow. So it even looks like there's snow on the ground there. So at some point there at the snow,
you can see. You see at the end of that thing where you've got that. That looks like the room that he walked into before with all those people.
Yeah.
So,
well, this is
like the Star Destroyer type windows.
This is the sort of the age-old problem with the Mandalorian as it went on. Is what do you do with Grogu? When Mandalorian's doing stuff. I know he's becoming more and more competent. It's probably becoming more easy. And in this, it looks like they're actually teaming up more rather than I'm handing you off to someone else while I go kick some butt. But it does seem like there are a lot of instances in this.
Does he?
No. Well, it does seem like the plot here does revolve around them being separated for some sort of period of time because as we go on, we sort of see them off doing their own things a little bit. So let's just spin on
It's
here.
about preventing another war.
Looks like there's a bunch of robots or people running by here and some spaceships.
Strap in.
Some hyperspace. There, the Razor Crest is back. So looks like now there was a shot here of a sinister-looking dude walking towards maybe Mando's house. Now, people do know that that's some bounty hunter who was in the Clone Wars. I'm not familiar with him.
I first thought it was Constable Zuvio. Remember from Force Awakens?
The guy who got cut from Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's the one.
But got his own toy.
Shot in a similar way. But
Yeah, so he's called like
Zuvio
Ebo or Emo or something along those lines, and
I think it's Embo.
Is it Embo? Is it? Yeah, there was
I didn't know that, to be honest. I had no idea, but I've heard it's called Embo.
Yeah, Alex from Star Wars Explains of the World all sort of spotted that and did a little video, and very helpful for us mere mortals who don't remember everybody. But so he's involved in one way or another, and then Pedro Pascal actually makes an appearance. His face makes an appearance.
Oh, thank fuck.
So he's not actually just phoning his lines in on the last day from somewhere. He's actually on set at least for bits of it. So if you do have a movie star in your movie, it's probably good to let people know he's going to be in it.
That was the thing that I had the most problem with the last season of the show, that more and more there's long periods of time where it's just helmets talking to puppets, and it's just,
helmets talking to puppets.
Like
the Mandalorian, helmets talking to puppets.
It's got like a voice. He's got the kind of stormtrooper kind of voice. You can't see his face, and the puppet is just looking at him and doesn't. Baby Yoda doesn't talk. It's just helmets talking to puppets. And then people are telling me, isn't it incredible, the body acting of the Mandalorian? And it's just like, yeah, but is it?
Is it? I mean, he turned his head at the right time, I suppose. But
he's turning his head to the right. And the puppet
he's looking in the direction where the puppet is. I suppose that's something.
Oh, and now there's a shot of the puppet looking in the direction where he is. This is just cinematography gold.
I think you need a T-shirt or a sticker or something that says "Helmets talking to puppets." I think that's pretty bloody good. So he does turn up. I mean, and I just hope that it's like, all right, it's done. Like he can just let him just take his helmet off. He's not going to go back and bathe in the waters of Lake Winnetonga or whatever it is, and just do all of that furious backtracking all over again. Let him just be like, you know what? I don't need this noise. I can just get around with my hat off when I feel like it. It doesn't matter.
The thing is, if he takes his helmet off now, he can easily just go back to Mandalore because it's safe.
Stick his head in.
He can just go for a swim. He can just go for a swim, and off he goes again.
Or they could just ignore that whole plot point because it was silly
and just move on. Maybe
It's
treat it like
stupid.
holy water.
The
Have him,
whole
let him have a
helmet
little
on all the time was
flask. He can just, splash himself routinely as he needs to.
That's a good idea. Yeah, holy water.
Something.
Yeah.
Just a little in a can, like a little aerosol, like a little spritz, like a. He's like, all right, I'm good to go. I'll fix that all up afterwards. So there, he does turn up. So that they've made it pretty clear that he's in here. And there's a better look at Mr. Bounty Hunter Man with his big hat.
That's Zuvio, surely.
I mean, it's the hat. But it is the guy. Apparently.
What's the other dude that had the hat in?
Oh, Cad Bane.
Blue
He had
dude.
the hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Rick Villanueva's favorite. Yeah, he got killed in Book of Boba Fett apparently, but no one really dies in Star Wars, so who knows? They're just opening up their deck of semi-obscure characters to pop in.
Yeah. Okay, if Cad Bane's dead, I want it to be Zuvio. I'm back on the turbo train now.
Yeah, justice for Zuvio.
And then it will be his turn.
All right, so there's those prick huts again. One's got not a great face tat there. You can't beat the puppets, can you? Really? It doesn't really matter how.
Is that Mando's helmet? I didn't realize.
Oh, in his hand. Oh yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Why would you go to the trouble of trimming a moustache if you never take your helmet off?
Yeah.
Good point.
Like it'd either be more comfortable with just a beard or without a beard. There's no point if you don't show your face that you have a moustache. That's silly.
Especially when you look
Sorry,
like
I'll
Pedro
get off that.
Pascal.
You found a good loophole there. I think it's.
When you're that handsome, you're like, hey,
If I
everyone's really going to appreciate it for when it happens because everyone's like, damn.
If I had a helmet, I'd shave. I'd say.
I can remember the longest time.
The beard would be uncomfortable.
What's the longest time you
Yeah,
ever
it's
worn a
scratch on the
helmet?
inside of the helmet.
Can you remember the longest you've ever worn a helmet on your head that was covering your face? Like a motorcycle helmet, or have you done like a long motorcycle ride, or a
No.
That's literally what they're for. Like somebody, like a fighter pilot or a motorcycle rider, puts on a helmet to protect themselves while they're doing something, and then they take them off. It's silly.
I remember when we were at Celebration Chicago, and Struthers had his Stormtrooper helmet, and I tried it on. And I think after about 30 seconds, I was like, I can take this thing off. I don't know how. One, people in the real world who are really into like dressing up do it, getting around. Well, let alone anybody who had to wear a helmet all day. I don't know. But yeah, he's holding. You are right, Turbo. He's holding that helmet. Maybe he's gonna just do a big fart in it and then give it back. He's like, right now you can cover your face again.
Oh, shut up.
There's a little bit of poo in there, and then it's like, yeah, really wish I hadn't shaved. Oh dear.
Do you want to time code that for the moment it went off the rails?
Yeah, it's got my money if that happens in the movie. So
Maybe it was Mel
and then there's the look of a face of a man who's just had someone fart in his helmet. He's like, but you are right. He's looking very, very manicured there. Like even his haircut as well. You think he'd just be a total grub under there, really?
Yeah.
He only really does one look, doesn't he, Pascal? It's just
With a scowl.
you hire him, you just hire that, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it
The
depends if
moustache,
you're getting
hair.
if you're getting intense Pascal or if you're getting smug, sexy Pascal. That's the kind of the two. Otherwise it's a bit sort of this. Well, you can't see this on the podcast.
The guy's got range. He's a terrific actor, but looks wise, you just get that, don't you? There's no disappearing into a role physically for him. It's just the Pascal of it.
Yeah. So,
One thing that bugs me is the Hutts speaking English. Like they've created a whole language, Huttese, and they're speaking English. It just bugs me.
did they speak English in Book of Boba Fett? I don't remember. I have to go back and check.
Yeah, they speak English.
We're getting close to it. Watch most of season 2 of Mando with Sloane now. We're probably going to have to do Book of Boba Fett. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense why Grogu's back. I'm going to have to just at least watch those episodes. Yeah, I don't know. Because I love the Huttese with the subtitles. Like,
Me too.
and
It's immersive.
Jabba's just like, I'm not changing for anybody. I'm in charge here. You guys accommodate me.
Yeah, you need the Germans talking German. Like it's
Yeah.
baddies talk different language.
And I don't care. Like, and if they are going to speak English, like there has to be. I know it sounds bad. Like there's got to be a little bit of accent work. Like I watched that Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix, who was just having an American accent playing Napoleon. Like it just like come on. Even if it's a bad accent, just do it. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
surely there's a group that we can belittle by aping their accent.
yeah, that's right. The French are fair game, aren't they?
Yeah, make them French.
So we got Grogu sort of suiting up. Kind of just looks like he's got a dinner plate strapped to him. It kind of looks a little ridiculous. And not very practical. Like it's just like a plate. Like why not a...
Was he wearing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like we just
So
go...
that's supposed to be his armor.
If we go back a little bit here, he's putting a little... He's sort of... He's strapping
Check your
on
armor.
the... But it just looks like he's just strapped like a kid's dinner plate
Before
to
going
his
into
chest.
harm's way, check your armor.
Okay, yeah, I would have groaned if I'd seen that. You're gonna pop another one in there.
Yeah, that's just a little... I don't know. I just sort of feel like you could make it look more like armor. But I mean, I don't know. I've seen people do Photoshops and AI nonsense where they've put him in a Mandalorian helmet with his ears sticking out. It just looks like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like it just...
Oh,
So
helmets talking to helmets.
helmets talking to puppets wearing helmets. The only puppet I want to see, wearing a helmet is Gonzo before he's doing a stunt.
That sounds better.
It does sound better. Maybe if Grogu was flying off a ramp with some flaming roller skates or something, I could get on board. Then we've just got some flying shots. And then we've got Grogu again in a little speeder with the little Babu Frick dude. So there is definitely going to be a point where these two get separated and perhaps Pedro Pascal, Mandalorian's been captured and Grogu's got to save him. And that's kind of the crux of the, sort of the opposite thing of I'm always saving you and now you got to save me. I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of column A, bit of column B.
Puppets talking to puppets.
Yep. So now you've got puppets riding in cars with puppets. Riding in cars.
Yep.
But I do like the Babu
neither of
Fricks.
them
So.
Does Babu Frick talk?
Yeah, he goes like, hey.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is Babu Frick.
Not really.
Season mates. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in season 3, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Was it season 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they're called Anzellans. Yeah.
We just got
Centuries beyond me.
Good get.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got sort of Grogu in a little forest somewhere.
I won't always be
Doing
around
some
to protect
meditating.
him.
Now he's doing some swimming. Which, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Water. And so then now we've got another hut. So now we've got... Now this is stinky.
With an axe.
So do you ever see the Clone Wars movie, cartoon movie, Matt? Frost? Sorry, there's 2 Matts.
Yeah, I reckon I eventually went back and saw it.
So
yeah.
in that movie, I don't know if you
That's
remember,
him?
there was the baby Huttling. Yeah, so apparently this is him now. Stinky the Hutt.
The baby was called Stinky, but we don't know if it's still called Stinky.
Yeah, I think it's Rotter
But-
or Roger the Hutt, his real name is.
Rota the Hutt.
Yeah. So now he's like big and muscular. And he's being voiced by the guy who played the bear and Bruce Springsteen. Jeremy
Allen White.
So hopefully he's a more
Oh, it would
convincing
have been
Hutt than
funny
he
if
was
he
Bruce
voiced by
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, why not? If you got Martin Scorsese, why don't you just get the boss to voice him?
Yeah. Yeah, like, and don't
Thanks
stop
for coming,
there.
everybody.
Of his other mates, like Francis Ford Coppola, voice an Ugnaught or something like
Yeah, famous over 70s Americans just voicing characters.
yeah.
Yep.
All his old buddies.
Brian De Palma, everyone.
Yep.
Have Spielberg in there going beep boop boop or something like
So there looks like there's some sort of, showdown here. And then there's another puppet talking. There's puppets talking to puppets again. This puppet looks real. I've watched this trailer a couple of times, and it's a little bit dark, but this puppet looks really ropey to me. I don't know.
Are you scared?
I mean, I appreciate that it does look like it's a real puppet, but I don't know. It looks a bit weird to me.
You should.
I don't know.
He's on like a rocking chair or something. Some sort of
I
chair.
thought maybe he was wearing a backpack and he's just got his stuff on his backpack, but yeah, I don't know.
It looks like a rocking chair, but
Yeah. No word on who that is, whether that's another famous person on there or not. Maybe it's just some dude with a voice. But we'll roll on. And then we've got Pedro still without his mask in some sort of dungeon with a great big white snake on there. Does anybody know any White Snake songs? It's a bit before
Here
my
I go
time.
get my own.
But someone
Whitesnake,
mentioned
is
it's the same creature that was in the Dagobah swamp, even though you don't see it, but the one that ate the X-wing in R2.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like he's in a... It looks like there's some like sewage pipes and stuff. So maybe it's just like the huts with another trapdoor. You know, if you already had maybe they do that same thing where they love dropping people down trapdoors.
It's like a T-move
Another garbage
or something.
compactor. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like get some new ideas. But anyway, so that looks cool. And looks like he's on his own. So it does look like they've been separated at some point. But there was some swimming before. So maybe Grogu's swimming around in here somewhere. But let's roll on. Grogu's there. That's Zeb from Rebels doing some kicking. That looks like some stormtroopers falling off a thing. So then we're in the desert, or something that's akin to the desert. We're just getting all those Star Wars things. And there's Zeb from Rebels, looking reasonably good for a CGI character. They got a little bit more money this time. You just conveniently leave them out of the TV shows and blow your budget on the CG characters.
Looks like an Indiana Jones leather jacket kind of thing. Yeah.
I don't actually own a leather jacket. You own a leather jacket, don't you, Turbo?
Yeah. I got two.
Oh, right. I don't know. You own a leather jacket, Frost?
No, I had a suede one once,
Yeah.
but no.
I've got a green one.
Your jacket.
It's a bit strange, but yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It feels like, can you even buy a leather jacket like new? I always feel like that's something that you'd have to get 30 years ago and be wearing it for 30 years.
I think I got mine from London or something.
Oh, okay. I probably should have done that.
And you don't wear it very often. Like, probably the last time I wore it was London, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
But,
I'll find out what jacket this is, and maybe I'm in my leather. Maybe it's time for my leather jacket phase.
But you got a midlife crisis over something. It might as well be.
Yeah, and then we've got a baby Greedo. So we're just completing all the baby.
Oh, fuck's sake! There would have been a groan here.
I didn't notice the first time round.
No, I didn't know.
I think this is just a character to looks like he's in danger for a second. I don't know whether it's going to be a pivotal character, but I don't know. Get ready for your baby Greedo plushes, mate.
But just the scene before, I mean, there's all those creatures. It looks like Johnny Favs is, what's it called, the Dejaric table? You know, the chess table?
Oh yeah, I think that's
looks
coming.
like he's just bringing all those creatures back to life, or in real life.
Yep. Yeah, it does look a little bit like that. I think he's just ticking off the list of things. So I think that. Hang on, I've got a better shot of it in a second as they team up. So Grogu's in some sort of high-powered baby stroller thing, which can go really fast for some reason. I don't know why another kid couldn't do that. Yeah, so that thing there, that's what you're talking about, isn't it, Turbo? Like, when they do the game, it's like... Yeah. And then having some kind of street fight. But that's kind of it. And then, you got this shot of the boys hooning around the city, broing down, doing their thing. And that's it. Then there's the title.
Logo.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
And then you've got your little cutie tag at the end, on the end there, as you do.
Help talking to a puppet.
Helmet's talking to puppets. I would call
this is what I think.
I would call the
I was
episode
gonna
that,
say-
but I need to say that it is the trailer breakdown. So hit us, Turbo.
I was going to say, I think Matt enjoyed that more first time around compared to.
Yeah.
And you got
Second
caught up
time
with
when we
the
paused
breakdown. Yeah, he said if I just watched it and then in my head I'd be like, yeah, I had fun with that, and then I had to stop and look and think about everything that's in there.
Yeah. Yep. Good call.
Yeah, it's like,
that is
like
true.
pulling teeth.
Well, this will be.
Yeah.
This
When
will
it
be.
was all just playing, I thought it was fine.
Well, that's probably how the movie will go. You know, I get swept up in it. Well, it'll be the first sort of Star Wars movie I'll take my kids to on release, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, probably.
Olive's
so,
been
yeah.
to Return of the Jedi with the symphony orchestra that we did a year or two ago. But as Sloane, and who is much more into Star Wars than Olive, so this will be her first sort of foray in, as you'd say. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, besides Star Wars trailers, which I kind of pick apart and go through it multiple times, most movies I actually don't want to see the trailer at all. And I've actually been watching some of the Best Picture nominations, and I think Sean Hoffman, Just Shillin is going through with Ed from Scruffy Ed, going through all the Best Pictures and going in blind and not knowing anything about the movie. And it's a much better experience when you don't even know the premise of the movie.
Oh man, I watched a shocking movie last night called what was it called? Mercy, and it's Chris Pratt lives in the future and he gets accused of murdering his wife and has to plead his case to an AI judge.
Oh no!
Oh man, do you watch Parks and Rec? I do.
I have, yes.
Are you familiar with who Pert Hapley is? Who's sort of like the local newsman, who's sort of the incompetent newscaster. Anyway, he's in the movie as a newscaster, and it just looks like it's a parody. It's just hilarious. But yeah, I should have watched one of the Best Picture. I should have watched Hamnet or something like that, or I don't know. Yeah, something.
What did get nominated? I guess I can probably look that up.
Well, now there's like 10 movies nominated. So the one I recommend so far out of all I've seen is Begonia, and just don't look up anything about it. Just watch it. And I think
is that
Matt,
the Emma
you'd love
Stone
it.
one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Begonia, that's down on my list to watch anyway because that's by that guy, Yorgos
Lanthimos. Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's made some crackers. Yeah.
But don't read anything about it.
I have seen. I've just got.
Yeah,
I have seen one battle after another.
Lobster, which was, yeah.
I can't believe F1 got
Sinners
nominated. F1 was. Why did F1 get nominated?
Yeah, I don't understand how F1 got nominated, but
that is very strange. Like Zootopia 2 was better than F1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah, Sinners was
moral of the
fantastic.
story, I think just watch trailers less. I think sometimes it's better to not overanalyze and.
Yep. Well, I won't do the TV spots anymore. I'll the TV. This still feels very low stakes for me as far as Star Wars goes. It's a bit like Solo. It's sort of like, well, I'm happy to go watch it, but it's not like it's Episode 7. I want to know nothing going in, kind of thing. We'll be quite happy to rock up and watch and go from there. Really.
Well, at the moment, we don't know the plot, and we don't really know who the big bad is. Well, I think there's a big there's got to be a Thrawn, or there's got to be.
Well, in this, there was some Hutts,
else.
there was a bounty hunter, and there was some Imperials involved in something. There seemed to be 3 sort of set pieces where it was like, you got to go talk to the Hutts about something. The Republic have got a bunch of people they need you to check out. So whether it's the Hutts, the Imperials, and the Hutt, well, they've all got the Hutt, and then that bounty hunter's involved somehow as well. So how that all works, maybe it's all the first 20 minutes of the movie as well, which I do quite appreciate when they do that in movies, in trailers.
Yeah, I think for most of the telly shows, I haven't really been blown away by the antagonists. So that's probably the one thing I look at that and I'm like, if there's not really a main antagonist, and then they don't really, it's either going to be the Hutts or the Imperials or whatever, that's a bit disappointing. But yeah, maybe there'll be something in there.
At least one of the Hutts is kind of moving around.
I guess the theory is that Thrawn's going to be the
the baddie.
big bad in this.
Oh,
Another groan. You should sample that one.
Right, that
the
was a
best
pretty
groan.
good one. That was a pretty clean takes as well. So we've got that one to run into the thing. So yeah, so we'll see how we go. Again,
I did.
Go for it, mate.
Oh no, it's all right. No, it's fine.
Oh no, I had nothing else. I was just
I was just going to say with the Thrawn thing, I groaned because I did find Ahsoka a bit of a hard watch.
Ahsoka's probably the thing that I
Right.
felt was the weakest that's come out recently. I know some people really love
same
that.
here.
So but again, it's like, who cares? Some things are better than others, believe it or not. It's like, the stakes don't really matter as much.
If you just sort of treat it as another episode of Clone Wars or Rebels or something, it's fine. It is what it is.
So coolness. So anything else Star Wars related? Did you know that Kathleen Kennedy stepped down as the head of Lucasfilm and there's new heads of Lucasfilm? Frost? Did that news cross your threshold?
No, that didn't make it through.
So
was she retired or?
Yeah, she retired. She said, "So long, suckers." Considering you keep saying I was being fired for the last 4 years, I'm actually going to go out when I feel like it.
Yeah, she's going out on her own terms, but she said she's still going to produce movies, so she's going back to just a producer.
Yeah.
So
good for her. I mean,
So one of the people, two people are
uh,
running Lucasfilm now, so it's actually a joint venture now. But I'm sure you could probably guess who one of them is.
no, old mate Filoni.
Yeah, old mate Filoni, the man in the hat. So he's the
Chief creative
or co-president, but he'll be focusing on the creative side. And another lady called Lynwen Brennan, who's overseeing the business operations. He's actually been at Lucasfilm for like 25 years or something, so knows all the ins and outs.
From ILM, I think from ILM possibly.
Yeah. So good. I wouldn't get Filoni to do my tax return or handle my checkbook, but he's quite happy to dream up some stories. So at least he doesn't have to be the money man and worry about all that stuff. Which hopefully means that when he gets to Celebration, he's still enjoying himself before he gets there. Turbo, I'm sure you've seen that firsthand.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he does like to ignite the green a bit, but yeah.
He's on island time, as Hawes would say.
A lot of stuff a lot of his storytelling stuff just strikes me as hits from the bong. I don't know. I can't say him being the overall creative director fills me with a lot of hope, to be honest.
Well,
I
hopefully
he's got a big part to play in Star Wars, but him being the main guy is not a good thing, I don't think.
Well, hopefully he's smart enough to bring out. I mean, that was a good thing that Kathy Kennedy did. She brought in a lot of good people, in addition to the people that they had there, your Tony Gilroys and Leslie Headlands, and who else was there? Did they have? Who else was show running? The Skeleton Crew guys. I can't remember their names, but yeah. So I think we've just about wrapped this. It's just good to see you guys, really, and chit chat, and hopefully we'll be back when we're back. We'll get you on sooner rather than later. But anything anybody wants to plug before we're done? Frosty, anything you want to? Anything you got cooking? you want to drop there?
Yeah. No. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing bubbling away, nothing on the back burner, nothing with the sizzle. No. All right.
Yep.
We'll stay tuned on that. We'll hopefully, you're welcome here anytime. If you want to come back every week, you can come back every week. Of course, the door is always open. Yeah. We'll definitely get your reactions to the movie. You probably won't be flying over for a thing, but I am actually going to see you in person, hopefully in a few weeks for Gather Round.
Yep.
So, we will actually be catching up in the real world.
That opening round, we're coming over.
Oh, you're coming over for opening round?
We're coming over for round one. Yeah, not for opening round.
For round one.
So, yeah.
Are you going to go to? Do you know which matches you're going to? I know this is probably discussion for offline, but
Adelaide, Collingwood, and Bulldogs versus whoever they're playing.
Okay, so not Richmond, Carlton.
don't believe so.
Okay, because Kat's going to that as well. But okay, sorry, we just digressed. Turbo, anything you want to plug, mate? Your lovely screensaver there that you've got.
I've got like blue sky. No, I'm generally avoiding social media more and more. So
Is that just why you look so relaxed?
I'm trying to be. Yeah, no, it's a thing. I had a month off in January and tried to avoid all that, and yeah, it's been good. So
yeah, lovely. Good to
weaning
hear.
myself off the world of social media slowly.
Good. That sounds good for everyone. Well, awesome. Thank you everybody for listening. It's good to talk with friends and get some groans and get some cheers in, and we'll be back when we're back. But thanks again, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Josh.
you.
All right, we'll see you
Catch you later.
soon.
Bye.
Thank you.